This Rugged Ridge tubular front bumper in textured black with winch mount is for those of you that have a 2007 and up JK that are looking to add a different front bumper onto your Jeep to change up the look of your Jeep. However, you still want to retain and actually add a little bit of additional off-road functionality. This bumper, as with most aftermarket bumpers, is going to bolt directly onto your Jeep, making it a very simple 1 out of 3 wrench installation that shouldn't take you more than an hour to complete, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. Now, like I said, this is going to do a couple of things for your Jeep. It's going to change up the look of your Jeep by giving you this tubular bumper look. Now, in general, the tubular look is a little bit more of an old school look, so it's not going to be for everybody. However, if you are into this look, this bumper is going to be a great example of it. I really like the way that the corners sweep back a little bit, just gives it a little bit more of a sleek look than just straight across. Overall, it's a nice tubular bumper, but it's also going to add some functionality because this does have a winch mount. In general, a tubular bumper is not going to be as strong as a plate steel bumper, and it's not going to have a lot of off-road functionality, but this one adds that winch plate, which does give you some function. It's also going to have a spot for your factory fog lights, which doesn't always happen in a tubular bumper either. So overall, I think that this is a nice mix of that more retro tubular bumper styling and a little bit of off-road functionality as well. Now, this isn't going to have all the functionality of a plate steel bumper. It's not going to add a ton of protection to the front end of your Jeep. It's also not going to have any D-ring mounts for recovery points, although the winch, of course, is a recovery tool. It's not going to have any spots to attach a high lift jack to, any jacking points for a high lift jack. So it is going to be missing a couple of those things that a more off-road based plate steel bumper is going to have, but this is going to have this old school styling. So again, it's a little bit of a mix, a little bit of a trade-off. Now, as far as a tubular bumper goes, this one is going to be a little bit more expensive than some of the others out there. Now, it does have a little bit of additional style, again, with the swept back corners, with the angled cuts on the end. Those ends are going to be welded steel instead of just plastic caps or left open like some of the others out there. And this does have the light mount and the winch mount, so it has some additional features, but you are going to pay a premium for those features. So as far as the construction goes, a couple of things that I already mentioned: tubular main bumper section, swept back corners here, baloney cuts on the corner, fully welded on the ends. This is a two-piece bumper, so your winch plate is actually going to go on the inside of the frame horns, where the bumper goes on the outside, and everything sort of gets sandwiched together. That's going to give you a nice strong mounting point for this winch plate, so you're going to be able to use it for winching off-road. And of course, if you had yourself in an on-road situation, in a snowy situation where you needed to use it, of course you could use it there as well. It does have the cutouts for those factory fog lights, so as long as you have a factory plastic bumper on your Jeep, you can pull those fog light housings out, attach them into this bumper, and use them. And that's something that I really like, because you already have the switching, you already have the lights themselves, they're already wired up. Why not purchase an aftermarket bumper that allows you to retain those lights? And this one does just that. For the installation, again, 1 out of 3 wrenches, probably about an hour's time. The first step is, of course, removing that factory bumper, and you're going to do that by removing the splash cover on the bottom of the bumper. The frame cover on the top, you'll go ahead and remove the fog light sockets from the fog light housings, and you can unbolt the bumper, giving it a tug to release it from the Jeep. After that, you'll install the winch plate on the inside of the frame horns on top of the frame rails. You can remove your fog light housings from the factory bumper, bolt them into your new bumper, and then attach the new bumper onto the Jeep, bolting everything down nice and tight. Finally, reattach those fog light sockets into your fog lights, and you're finished. So like I said, this bumper is going to be more than some of the other 2 bumpers on the market. This one comes in at around $630. It does have some additional features. It does have a high build quality. It has some styling features that I really like, so it does have some additional things going for it. If you're somebody who's just looking for the cheapest tubular winch bumper out there, there are going to be some less expensive options. But if you're looking for something that has some additional features and a very high quality build, and you have a higher budget, then I think this bumper is going to be a nice fit. So if you're looking for the retro tubular bumper look but some off-road functionality, I definitely recommend taking a look at this bumper from Rugged Ridge, and you can find it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.